Welcome to High School Sports on the Harford Cable Network. I'm Don Morrison. Tonight at Patterson Mill High School, it's a windy, blustery night. Patterson Mill taking on Harford Tech. Coach Tim Palmer, the Harford Tech Cobras. What a year last year. Your first year as head coach, 10-0. That's a great way to start.
Yeah, it was a very, very good season for us last year. We were very excited about how we finished. We're very excited about the kids we're returning, and hopefully we can carry it over to this year.
3-0 so far this year, having defeated Aberdeen last year, a Chesapeake Division team. Obviously, you have to be where you want to be at this point.
Actually, because of the weather and how practice has been going this year, I'm actually not where I want to be, but we're getting there. And with the weather changing, allowing us to practice more outside, we're getting more polished. Because actually, up to now, we've been a little sloppy. So hopefully, the record reflects where I want to be, but technically, no. But we'll get there.
I look at your offense, and it's very varied. Jalen Dangerfield, of course, this kid has done it all, but you also have a nice passing attack, so I know you like to be diversified.
We like to. We don't be limited to one aspect of the game. We run first team, but we do like to put it in the air, and we think we have the tools to do it. Ryan Hunt is a junior quarterback who was my starting quarterback as a sophomore, so he's very familiar with the offense. His decision-making has gotten a little better this year. It's gotten bigger, stronger, faster, so we're very excited that we have a diverse offense.
Look at your line, good size, both offense and defense.
Yeah, and same deal. My two tackles last year were sophomores, returning as juniors this year. So we're pretty excited about our interior line, where initially we thought it was going to be one of our low points. It turns out it's maybe one of our stronger points.
Winning breeds that kind of thing where everybody wants to step up. Now, last year you lost in the state semifinals.
Yes.
A goal, is that just to get beyond that point, or do you play it one game at a time?
We go one game at a time. Last year is over. Nothing that happened last year is going to help us this year, other than teams are better prepared for us. So we got that mindset, and we got to treat every game and every week like it's a championship game, and we got to go out here and do our best and prepare to win.
So you don't sneak up.
Nobody in our league cares about what we did last year. So we got to. It's a whole new year, and you got to be ready to battle every week.
Thank you, Coach Palmer. Good with your team, and we'll catch you later.
Take care, Steve. You too.
Coach Steve Lurs, the Patterson Mill Huskies, a team that you would like to build a winning program with. It's tough because you have so few numbers, and an injury really sort of puts you low.
Yeah, it does. Right now we're fairly healthy. The guys are practicing hard. I think what Coach Palmer said it best. The weather the first couple weeks is going to be kind of crazy. This first week we've been outside every day, so we've had a good week of practice. So hopefully it shows on the field tonight.
Well, I look at your passing attack, and it is very impressive. So you have to be happy with that phase of your game.
Absolutely. Our two leading receivers were both sophomores that played varsity last year, as was our quarterback. So they're taking another step, and they keep growing. So I'm hoping it continues that way. It's one aspect that I think we're pretty confident in right now.
I look at Nathan Vujanic, your quarterback, and it just seems like he's been under duress, been sacked or tackled for loss 11 times, maybe 13 times. That's a difficult thing to be able to pass, but he seems to have done it, passing well at 50%.
Yeah, the actual true sacks are probably only really about 6, and since we put it up about 25 to 30 times a game, I'm not actually upset with that stat at all. We've had some center exchange issues that put a ball around his ankles on run plays, so it's been more of him being tackled for a loss, recovering a bad snap. But our starting center's back, so I'm hoping that kind of eases that tonight, and we can move positively.
I think every coach wants a diversified attack, but it looks like that you depend on the pass. As Vujanic and your receivers go, so go the Huskies.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the ground game going yet. We're going to try some things tonight to get it going to kind of support the passing game. Right now, I'd say mindset-wise, we're probably just a little bit more of a passing team. But I'm hoping we can get something going tonight a little bit to support.
Playing at home, it's a little bit windy, but this would be a great game if you could pull an upset. It would really put a feather in your cap.
Yeah, it'd be great for the guys, build a little morale. We lost week 1, which would have been another competitive game. So right now, losing a game and then kind of being 0-2, it'd be, they're tough. They haven't lost a regular season game since actually, I guess, 2016 when we beat them. Last time we were in television, actually. So. Yeah, it'd be a tough one. So, Coach Palmer's done a great job, and they got some athletes over there that are really tough. So, it'd be a good game.
Well, really good. Wish you best of luck only tonight for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Hang with us. We're going to be back with the kickoff. It'll be Patterson Mill versus Harford Tech. Should be a good one. Don't go away. Well, welcome into Husky Stadium here at Pattersonville High School. Bob McCone, so good to be with you again tonight on a blustery, cool, kind of windy night, but it's a pleasant night for football.
Oh, it's a great night for football.
Look around, we have pretty much a full house here at Patterson-Mill, looking to try to break that 0-2 record. Remember, Patterson-Mill, the last team to have defeated Harford Tech, that was 2 years ago. Last year, though, you know, not a good night for Patterson-Mill as they lost to Harford Tech. But of course, everybody lost to Harford Tech last year in the regular season. 10-0 were the Tech Cobras.
Fantastic run by Harford Tech all the way up to the state semifinals when they ran into a very good Wynn Park team out of Prince George's County, who ended up beating them 16-9. But it's going to be it's a tall tale for Patterson-Mill tonight. They have a quarterback who throws the football very, very well, Nathan Vujanik.
Yep.
They struggle running the football. And one of the things that Harford Tech does well is that they have a great pass rush. And they come after quarterbacks. And previous 2 games that Patterson-Mill has lost, he's been sacked a number of times. Mm-hmm. And, they really need to protect him tonight so he can get the ball out and do some damage.
We're talking to Coach Lurs, and he said the starting center, Grant Addington, has been out because of an injury, but he's back tonight. So a lot of their problems has been in that shotgun formation, low snaps, and so it's not really been sacked all that much, although Vujanik has been hit a lot. But he has now been tackled behind the line of scrimmage 13 times for a loss of 51 yards. There you see Coach Tim Palmer, the first-year head coach last year, Bob, breaking in as your first-year coach, you go 10-0. I told him you should go 5-5.
Time to retire.
He's now 13-0. They've never tasted defeat under Tim Palmer. There you see Steve Lurs, the veteran coach, 5 years here at Patterson-Mill, after coaching at Owings Mills for many years. So he's looking to try to get that signature win, and that would be tonight if they can defeat Harford Tech.
Yep.
Well, Tech has defeated now after that flying start we talked about. They've taken Capital Christian Academy and Tower Hill. Last week they defeated Aberdeen out of the Chesapeake Division, 35-0 over Aberdeen. So that had to be a big, big win for the kids at the Tech Cobra plan. They're led by their top Division I prospect, Jalen Dangerfield. Jalen has 476 yards in just 3 games. 81 more yards in the air, so he is a force to be reckoned with. Number 5, Jalen Dangerfield. Not ready for the kickoff. It'll be receiving. It will be the Pattersonville Huskies there in the dark home uniforms.
A little contrast in styles too, Don, because Harford Tech, they really want to run the football. That's their game.
It is, Bob, although they can pass it. Ryan Hunt, their junior quarterback, is 18 for 37. He's got 4 touchdowns and no interceptions, so they can be a varied offense.
Number 11, Tyler Long, is kicking off for Harford Tech. And
deep formation, it looks like Nick Alivetto is the young man back to receive the kick. He's going to come up and take it at about the 15-yard line. A little bit of a hole, going to be hit and held at about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Pattersonville Huskies will put the ball in play, 1st and 10 from their own 25.
That was number 9, Chris Blackwell, on the return.
Blackwell, one of their wide receivers, in fact, their leading wide receiver, 8 catches, 188 yards as the wide receiver. You'll see this Patterson-Mill team in that shotgun formation most of the night. Nathan Vujanik, the quarterback, number 1, a 6'4", 170-pound junior. Ray Gutierrez is the running back, number 14. Chris Blackwell, Christian Cross, Evan Ely, and James Record, they're the wide receivers. Handoff right up the middle, looking to try to establish that running attack. That's Gutierrez, the 5'9", 150-pound senior, on 1st down.
Harford Tech is putting 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage, or right near the line of scrimmage, and then they have two of their cornerbacks out wide, and their 2 safeties are probably within 10 yards of the football. So if Patterson-Mill can break something on the initial line, they could go a little way.
Fake handoff. No, it is handed off. Trying to establish that running attack. Going to be hit and held at about the 28-yard line. A pickup of 2 or 3. Again, it was Gutierrez.
We had T.J. Lowry on the tackle for Harford Tech.
That Tech line, you've got Clifford, Biblio, Travis Walls, Ryan Wall, and Ike Udalisa along that front line.
Now about 3rd and 6 here.
Here's the pass. It's going to be complete. First down. That's Blackwell over on the far side. Nice pass, nice catch.
Yes, that's they've been throwing the ball like that. Even the 2 games that they've lost, they've thrown the ball fairly well.
Bujanic
So
with
that's
20,
their strength.
29 for 51, 60%. He's got 4 touchdown passes, 417 yards. So when he can stay upright, they can make some plays. Nope, and they say it's not a first down. They say he dropped the ball on that sideline. It is incomplete, and that'll bring up the punting situation. Looked like he had corralled that ball, Bob.
Yeah, I thought he had caught the football, but it's tough from the opposite side.
Almost blocked. He does get away. It's a low line drive kick over here to the near side. And the Cobras will have great field position, 1st and 10, inside the 50-yard line of Patterson Mill.
On the 48 of Patterson Mill, so it's, like you said, excellent field position for the Cobras right here.
What a tough break. It looked like Blackwell had been able to bring that ball in, but on that far sideline, he must have had the ball just go off his fingertips. So instead of being 1st and 10 and the drive alive, it's going to be Harford Tech with the ball at the 48, maybe even the 47-yard line.
Number 4, Ryan Hunt.
Yep,
quarterbacking for the Cobras here.
He's a junior. Here's Ryan Hunt.
Got Dangerfield in the backfield with him.
Yeah, Hunt started last year as a sophomore.
Oh no, it's not Hunt. He has Chris Brown as a running back in the backfield.
That's a one-handed catch, and a flag goes down.
Catches by Corey Harris.
Yeah, Corey Harris, the junior. Flag went down just at the point of the tackle. Let's see what that's all about. The Cobras are backing up.
Well, there's a 1-yard loss on the play. We're still waiting to see what the flag is for. And
looks like the option's been, it's going to be a
personal foul against
Patterson Mill. Yeah, it looked like the Cobras were backing up, Bob, but it's going to go against the Huskies. Maybe a face mask or some such thing on the tackle. Tough break for the Huskies.
Face mask.
5-yard penalty, though. It must have been an inadvertent face mask.
Yeah.
Ball starting at the 48-yard line. Now down to the 43. Hand off to Dangerfield coming this way. Hit once, shakes the tackle. He's open. Down the sideline. 1 man to beat, and finally out of bounds. Not until he gets to the 20-yard line as Blackwell takes him off his feet.
That's about a 20-yard run right there, gain for Dangerfield.
So 2-play drive started at 48 thanks a little bit to that 5-yard penalty.
Number 10, Corey Harris, did a nice job of sealing the edge for Dangerfield to turn the corner. Now here they go the other way.
Looking to pass, that's Hunt. Hunt fires the ball a little bit high off the fingertips of Harris.
A little high, a little behind.
That's that pass we saw Scott Smith for Bel Air last week, Bob, make that pass going to his left, only he threw it 50 yards on the fly. For Bel Air? I mean for John
Carroll, yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah. There you see a close-up of the field. 3-play drive now. Ball at the 20, 22-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Dangerfield, deep man.
Harford Tech was kind of in an I formation. Here's the
long
deep pass.
Great attempt, and he caught the ball. What a catch just over the defender.
Jeremiah Minter.
Yeah, number 3, Jeremiah Minter, who makes a brilliant catch. I don't think you'll see a better catch made by anybody in the pros.
It's a great throw. I mean, the throw went right over. The defensive back was in great position. Ball went just right over his head and fell right into the hands.
Seeing the replay, Bob.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that
catch. Great catch. Nice replay.
And great coverage.
Wow.
Now, I don't know what you do except be a little bit taller and jump a little higher to.
What you do is you applaud. That was a great play. 10-13 left in this contest in the first period. Extra point attempt is up, and it's good.
By Tyler Long.
So now that makes it 7-0 as Long adds the extra point. What a drive, 4-play drive, 48 yards, Bob, that big run by Dangerfield, and then that fantastic pass, well thrown, but even a better catch.
Yes, it was an excellent, excellent play. It's a, kind of play you see on Saturday and Sunday afternoons when.
And I thought there was no chance of making the completion because that defender had him blanketed.
Yeah, he did. But boy, the ball was in the perfect spot, and the defender or the receiver just went up and got the pass and just tore it, brought it down.
So less than 2 minutes into the game, and already the Cobras on the board. 10-13 left here in the first period. Tyler Long, the young man who made the extra point, about ready to kick it off. Blackwell back in the deep receiving formation on the near side. Coming toward Blackwell, it's going to hit at about the 25. Blackwell fumbles it, picks it up, looking for a block, and to hit and take it down at about the 18-yard line. And that's where Patterson Mill will put it in play. Boy, Bobby, if you're the underdog, which which Patterson Mill is, this is not the kind of start, obviously, you want.
No, I mean, it's the kind of start you didn't want. You really wanted to be able to move the football on them and try to keep the ball away and matriculate down the field, eating up the clock. But
and that drop pass on the far side was a key play for Patterson Mill in that first drive. Looked like they had picked up the first down. Vujanic fumbles the ball, picks it up, running this way, looking for a throw, has a man, it's going to be complete.
Nice
What
play.
a great play.
Out of bounds, maybe. Yep.
James Record with the catch.
I think he was out of bounds.
Are they going to say it's incomplete?
Yes.
Boy,
no, he
that's
caught it. He was just caught it out of bounds.
Nice job for Vujanic to be able to recover that ball and then make the pass. Record they're saying was out of bounds when he caught it. So it'll bring up a second down and 10.
Well, he saved himself about eight or 9 yards.
We talked about those tackles for loss that Vujanic has suffered this year. That time was a good snap. He just didn't look it into the hands. To give, cutting back. Short gain up the middle. Looks like that was Deshaun Payton, number 23. 77
was on the tackle for.
It was 32 was the runner.
Travis Walls was on the tackle.
It was Nathan Weller with the run.
Yeah.
It'll bring up a 3rd and 7. It'll get up to about the 29-yard line. Fake, give, hit in the backfield. Weller again, down he goes.
Charles Brown on the tackle.
Charles Brown, one of the captains of this team, a senior. That'll bring up another 4th down. Bob, it looks like that Patterson Mill is determined to make that run a statement tonight.
Well, they need to do it. I mean, it will obviously help their football team, but they're the kind of team maybe that needs to throw the ball a little bit and make some completions and move the ball a little bit down the field, and then maybe that'll open up some running spots for them.
Tough breaks so far for Patterson Mill. They've had a chance to get some yardage, but a drop pass and then a pass out of bounds. Second punt coming up. This is a high wobbly punt coming across the 50-yard line, fielded on the run, taken down at that 50-yard line.
Nice coverage.
Jeremiah Mentor with the punt return right at the 50-yard line.
James Record and Smith on the tackles.
Ball right at the midfield stripe, so for the second time, Tech will have the ball. 8 minutes, 34 seconds left in the first period. Ball right at the midfield stripe, up again by 7-0 on that beautiful touchdown pass.
Now, Harford Tech has 2 receivers out to the left, almost in a trips formation. And 28's the running back with the football. And he's tackled in the backfield for a loss of about 7.
Big tackle.
Eddie Medina is the runner for Harford Tech.
Didn't catch the number of the tackler, but that's a big loss back to the 46-yard line.
Excellent play. They tried to turn the corner and get around the edge, but he was tackled and hit in the backfield for the 7-yard loss.
Second down and about 14 yards to go. They've got to get down to the 40 of Patterson Mill. High backfield. Pistol formation as the close man comes in.
Lede Cooper in motion here, and Lede Cooper has the football.
Coming around the right side, he's got a lane. Down that right side, hanging on for dear life, but pulling down is Christian Cross. Back in the old days, Bob, that would have been the tearaway jersey. He could have kept going.
Well, it's tearing away right now if you look at it.
Ross had a handful of that jersey and was hanging on for dear life. Finally brings him down. Not before. He picks up a first down across the 40-yard line down to about the 37.
And now the question is, are there extra jerseys?
Brandon Fletcher, Kyle Haviland, Zachary Pippin, LaCroix Stith Jr., and Logan Seelig.
Here we go now with two backs in the backfield along with the quarterback. In that shotgun formation, two wideouts.
Ryan Hunt gives the ball off the left side. Good tackle, good move.
Eddie Medina on the run for Harford Tech.
Yeah, and Charles Brown and Jalen Dangerfield are the starting tandem, but Medina has come in and done a great job here. Ball at the 30-yard line. It's going to be just short of a first down. Second down, about a long one. Underway with 7:14 left in the first period. Happy you're with us. Those of you that are with the Harford Cable Network in live streaming, welcome aboard. This is Dangerfield, cuts it back. He could go. He's all the way, and he will go in for a touchdown. Touchdown run of, it looks like about, what, 31 yards?
Yeah, something in that.
31-yard TD run by Dangerfield. Here comes the replay. You'll see him running through the middle. He just breaks it, and then Bob hardly even tackled at all. We'll watch the extra point first. Long to attempt that extra point. 6:58 left in this contest.
Here comes the replay right here.
You'll see him cut it back.
He cuts back to the right, and he just splits it, and there's nobody there.
While you're away. Long with the extra point, and it's 14-0 with 6:58
Long's the
to go.
kicker. Ryan Hunt was the holder on that play.
So we're just 6:58 into the ball game, and right away it is 14-0 is our score.
How you doing, bud? Good to see you, Kurt. Yeah, doing well.
My partner is being greeted by one of his groupies. Will you bring them along with you, Bob? Our vantage point here at Patterson Mill, we're right among the crowd, which is a wonderful sight and a wonderful place to be. If Mazzanotti was here, he would be politicking by now.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
we're here to do football.
6:58 left in this first period, and again, if you're Patterson Mill, it is the nightmare come true. Long to kick it off. Blackwell coming up. Will receive it at the 15. Looking for a lane. He does have a lane. Gets out past the 30-yard line, just about to the 35, where Patterson Mill will put the ball in play. Its third drive, this time beginning from their best field position of the night at the 35.
Yeah, I mean, it's imperative right now that they move the football on this drive and hopefully get some points. Harford Tech's just dominating right here at this particular point, and they're dominating the line of scrimmage, which is where the game's obviously being won.
Nathan Weller in the backfield along with Nathan Vajanic. Being rushed, avoids one man, gets it away. It's going to be a wobbly pass, almost intercepted on the far side. And again, you see the problem, unable to protect Nathan Vajanic, able to get the ball off.
You can't throw the ball that slow out there. If you're going to make that throw, you need to throw it out of bounds and get rid of it so that it's almost intercepted there.
Second down, 10. Ball resting at the 35. Nathan Vajanic, only a junior, 6'4", 170 pounds. 29 for 51.
He throws the ball well.
Yards.
He just, he's not getting any time to do it right now. And
that's Gutierrez back in the backfield.
Yeah, Gutierrez back.
And it's direct snap to Gutierrez. Now it's a flip back. Blackwell throwing it left-handed, looking for Vajanic, overthrows him. Wow, and a flag goes down. Looks like it's going to be roughing the passer. It was Christian Cross who came around the left side, threw the ball on the run.
I think Vujanic might have had to have Usain Bolt speed to catch that one. He really threw the ball well.
Ross is injured on the field. The officials now talking it over. It looked like he just had the wind knocked out of him. Gets a hand. That's going to cost 15 yards on Harford Tech, as just as he threw the ball, he was hit. Little trickeration going
that ball was thrown about 50, 55 yards in the air.
Unlike the Scott Smith we were talking about for John Carroll, who was a right-hander moving to his left, that time it was the left-hander Pross coming to his left, threw the ball on the run. And he was hit just as he released the ball. And it will cost them 15 yards, the Cobras. The ball will be right at the midfield stripe. And so for the first time, Patterson Mill is out of their own territory.
Well, they're right on the cusp here. We need to.
Weller in the backfield, along with Vujanic. Give this to Weller, coming around the near side, cuts it back, hit for no gain, and the flag goes down. Tackle made by Ike Udalisa. Officials are talking about it now. I didn't actually see any kind of a infraction, but I'm not as close as the officials are.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look. You don't know if the lineman's holding in there or.
They're going to pick up the flag, it looks like. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to say, let's let the official call it. He's going over talking to the far sideline. They're waving it off and saying it was not a penalty. So it will be a no gain on first down. Make it second down and 10 from the 50-yard line. Evan Ely in the backfield, number 7. Gutierrez gets the ball off the left side. He is hit and held. What a tackle. Hit made by number 1, Keith Green.
Keith Green, yes.
For Harford Tech. I think my friend Frank Mazzanotti would call that a slobber knocker.
That was a nice hit. I mean, he came in, he hit him, and he knocked him backwards a little bit, but
he
was a football player. He got up, get ready to play.
Third down and about, long 9. Vujanic, being rushed, gets it off, has a man down the sideline. It's going to be incomplete. It looked like the receiver was looking inside, Chris Blackwell. That ball fired right down the sideline. Again, Bob, he had so little time to get rid of it, did Vujanic.
Yeah, and he let it go, and the receiver, I'm not sure he thought it was his pass. He didn't. I thought he was going to really, go after the ball, running down that sideline on deep.
Yeah, he was engaging with the defensive back.
Yeah, he had to let him go and go after the ball.
So another punt coming up, as Patterson Mill this time is not going to punt from their own territory. They'll get rid of it at about the 40-yard line.
Froese is the punter here.
Nice, long, high kick. Will go out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Went out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, huh?
That is the kind of punch you're looking for. 5:32 left in the first period. Already 14-0 Harford Tech. They scored on a 23-yard touchdown pass. And then Dangerfield on a 31-yard run.
I want to give the officials some props on that. They, 2 officials worked together to make sure that they had the right spot where it went out, because the one was a little bit far away, really couldn't see it that well, and they got together and made the right call. It's a nice job by the officials.
Put it down at the 5-yard line. Great punt by
in an I formation, got a wide out in the flanker.
Punt, hands. That's Dangerfield looking for a break. Gets around the far side. Is chased out of bounds. Good job defensively by Alex Lesueur.
Maybe a couple yards on the play.
It gets up to about
maybe a yard.
Yeah. Pick up of 3, they say. Actually, maybe 2 as they put their marker down. 5:26 as he went out of bounds on the play. Cobras 3-0, looking to go 4-0, obviously. looking toward that undefeated season they had last year to try to duplicate that. Ryan Hunt, the junior
Patterson
quarterback.
Mills in a 5-2 defensive formation here.
That's Dangerfield. Boy, he is a runner. Bob, they claim that he is a Division I prospect, and you can see he's got that kind of power.
Yeah, you know, he can run the football, and there's a.
That is a first down. Running behind Brandon Fletcher, Kyle Haviland, Zachary Pippin, LaCorey Stith Jr., and Logan Seeley. Corey Harris, the tight end. Jeremiah Mentor, the flanker back. Hunt back to throw. Looking, hit, and held down. He goes in the backfield. Didn't see who gets the sack credit.
It's hard to read these.
Yeah, Mike Wazolowski, number 55.
Mike Addington, 51. Yes.
Good job. It looked like that perhaps Hunt held it, Bob, just a step too long.
Yeah, well, it was nice coverage downfield. So he was looking, and then they hit him.
Second down and about 20 to go.
There's a
handoff,
right
hit
here.
in the hole. Well, the Huskies have now really stepped it up. Is that Addington again?
Yeah, that's 55. Wazalewski.
They're giving Morton the credit for the tackle.
Could be. The numbers are so hard to distinguish out here with their.
Connor Morton, who's the captain of the team, 27 tackles, leading the team in tackles. 2 tackles for loss. That one right at the line of scrimmage.
And he could have been the linebacker who shot there to make that play.
Big third down and about 18 yards to go for that first down. Hunt in the shotgun formation. Back to throw without a fake. Looking, throwing. Has a man complete. Stopped short of the first down.
He's about 7-8 yards short of the first down. So this is the first time that Patterson Mill has stopped Harford Tech on offense.
Corey Harris, the tight end, making the reception. Takes it up for a good gain to about the 20-yard line. About 8 yards short of the first down.
It's going to be 4th and about 6 or 7. So they're in punt formation now. And again, it's hard to tell whether it's 8 or 9 back here for.
I think it's Cross, but it could be Blackwell. Back just about.
Oh no, it's Cross.
Line.
Blackwell's up here on blocking up on the one end.
A low kick.
Get away from it.
And it takes a bounce in favor of Patterson Mill. It'll drop dead at about the 45-yard line of the Cobras, and so Patterson Mill will put the ball in play in Harford Tech territory with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, first time that they're starting in Harford Tech territory. So the exchange of punts favored Patterson Mill in that time.
Yeah, the big punt by Pross, who kicked it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Kajanik, the quarterback, the 6'4", 170-pound junior. Ely in motion. The handoff inside. That's Weller.
Maybe
Weller's
a
gonna gain
yard.
2 or 3, maybe. Tough going in that middle, Bob.
Yeah, it is.
Travis Walls and Clifford Bibio, Ryan Wall, Ike Udalisa, making it tough coming up that middle. Linebackers Charles Brown, Corey Harris, Jalen Cunningham, and Jeremiah Mentor.
There's some big kids on the defensive line, but there's one kid who's not very big, but he's strong and quick as can be, and I'm trying to catch his number.
Kajanik gives to Weller, and boom, down he goes, right as he gets to the hole. Big tackle there made by number 7.
TJ Lowry, yeah.
TJ Lowry, who is the safety, comes all the way up from the safety position and makes that tackle. So now it is 3rd down and 10.
Well, Don, they are playing, Harford Tech is playing their running back, Charles Brown, as a defensive nose tackle, or nose guard up there on the football, or right off the football. And he's just so quick, he's just slashing and creating all kinds of problems.
Kajanik looking for the screen pass, gets it off. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted on the run. That's Lowry down the left sideline. Lowry's going to go all the way for a touchdown, a 50-yard intercepted touchdown run.
There's a flag on the play.
The flag right back where he made the interception. Let's see what that is all about.
It's about a 54-yard touchdown if it stands.
Lowry picked it off on the run. Took it right down that left sideline. Let's see, the officials are conferring.
Vujanic just kept backing up, and threw the ball off his back foot, which is not a great way to release the football because it ends up kind of coming short on that. And
let's see, they're bringing it back, though.
And Lowry just jumped it. I mean, Lowry made an excellent play. Just read it. And
on the run, never touched down that left sideline.
Looked a little bit like Ed Reed there, the old Ravens Ed Reed.
Making the interception and going all the way. Now let's see what that penalty may have been.
Well, we're going to find out what it is here in a second.
That's it. That was a big, big play.
It's against Harford Tech, and they're stepping it off.
So instead of it being 20-0, it stays at 14. And a big penalty.
It looks like the penalty.
That's a big one, Bob.
That is.
It's going all the way back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So they're calling the penalty at the point where the penalty was made.
They're calling the penalty also before the interception. So it's Patterson Mill's ball here.
Yep.
Yeah,
the interception's wiped out. Patterson Mill has a first down at the 30-yard line. A big, big penalty, keeping this drive alive. Nathan Vujanic now gets a reprieve. Great pressure by Harford Tech, forcing him to make that pass. Minute 13 left in this first period.
Here comes the blitz. Brown's on the blitz, and he
throws it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Boy, Vujanic just doesn't have any time at all. He gets the ball, and he's got about 4 or 5 of those white shirts right in his face.
Well, Harford Tech's either playing 6 or 7 people on the line of scrimmage. That time it was 6. And then they go man for any of the receivers, and they leave a Lowry in the middle to do what he does best. And
it seems like a screen pass might be the recipe here. Have him come in, just dump the ball over top of him.
I thought 2 plays before that they tried to screen pass, but they couldn't find the guy.
Right.
Right here again,
there's
Don.
the screen pass. That was all set up, but the pass was just a little bit high. They'll bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and 10.
I mean, if you're an offensive coordinator at this point, you're thinking, God, what can I do? What can we get to work here to get us some yardage here?
That was all set up, but the pressure that Tech put on was so great that Vujanic just couldn't find his receiver. He was looking for Weller, number 32. Big 3rd down now. In motion is Ely.
It's 7 guys on the line that time, and
overthrows this man looking for Blackwell.
They tried a little slant in across the middle, and the defender on that play, Dangerfield, stayed right in front of the receiver and didn't allow him to cut across his nose. So
4th down now. Baba, as a coach, I'm sure at this point you've got nothing to lose. You can't punt the ball. You only gain
4th down on their 30-yard line. You
go for
have
it
to
here.
Go for it. Yes.
Ely flanked out this way along with
Vujanic's out this way.
No, the Vujanic is still in the quarterback.
No, who's number?
That's Ely, number 7.
No, I'm looking at number 8. That's Cross.
Yep.
Okay.
Looks like that's going to be a procedure call. Yep. Ely, I should say Vujanic trying to hard count to see if he could get Tech to jump offside. It didn't work.
He got his own guys to jump.
Yeah. 55 seconds left now in this first period. It's been all Harford Tech. Cobras, who defeated Aberdeen last week 35-0, riding a 13-game regular season win streak. Vujanic throws it up high in the air. Nobody there.
Well, his receiver stopped, curled up in front of, went down about 8 yards or 10 yards and curled.
A miscommunication.
Vujanic was throwing it deep.
You could tell that the Cobra defender, Bob, who was number 8, let's see if I can get his name. getting a little dark here, so we may have to pull up our stat sheet and see if we can get a little more light. But he was a young man in the defense. Fletcher, I think his name is. He was hoping they didn't call a penalty on him.
Looks like Jonathan Fletcher.
Yep. Cobras will take over here. Pass coming near side. It's going to be overthrown. So Harford Tech will take over on the possession on the 4th down try. Goes over to Harford Tech.
Well,
They'll take over at the
that was
35.
that was the first play for Harford Tech.
Right.
After it turned over.
Yep.
So now it's 2nd and 10 for.
It is that. Yeah, they took it over on downs, and that first play looked like he was trying to get the ball to his receiver and let him do his thing. Just overthrew him. Almost a lateral, Bob.
Yeah, it was just like that quick outs, catch it and run. You know, go one-on-one, beat the first guy, and you go. But he was coming toward the quarterback, and the quarterback threw it over his head.
This is Medina. He's got a lot of room. Cuts it back inside and finally off his feet at the 20-yard line.
At the
30-yard line.
Yeah, there was a missed tackle there that he didn't you didn't get your arms around him and wrap him up. And
Eddie Medina, who ran so well in that early part of the first period. Here's a replay. You'll see how he runs. Big kid.
See right there, he tried to, no wrap up. Then 51 comes in and makes the play.
Good size, Medina. Hand off to Dangerfield off the left side. Picks up about 2 or 3 on 1st down. Drive start back at the 35 of Harford Tech.
So now we have a 2nd and about 7 here.
And that's the end of the first period. Bob, the Patterson Mill Huskies lost a chance for a victory on the first week of the season. They were playing Falston in a very close competitive game. That was the night, you may remember, the lightning strikes hit.
Yes.
That game was called. They haven't been able to make it up. They're still trying to work a way to make that game up, but now with the schedules in full swing, they're not sure they'll ever be able to make it up. So they had a chance to win that game in a very competitive game early on. Then they've lost 2 straight after that, so now they're trying to break that losing streak. Been a tough go for Patterson Mill. Again, a small school, a 1A school, meaning they have one of the smallest student populations in the state, and they're trying to compete against schools that are much bigger than they are, even though they play in the Susquehanna division.
And Harford Tech's a 2A school.
They are.
So they have a few hundred more students probably than Patterson Mill.
That 10-0 season last year, the best year that Harford Tech had ever had. Tim Palmer, the first-year coach, he was actually here as the JV coach. He went 16-1, Bob, back in 13 and 14. Went to Joppatown as their offensive coordinator. Came back here last year, just in time, as he said, to have a great coaching staff and a great group of players. That he was very modest to say that he had very little to do with that 10-0 season, but obviously that's a great way to start.
Well, let me tell you, you can take a position like that and you can screw it up, which obviously he didn't. He did a very good job and everything worked out and they had their great year.
Hunt looking to the end zone, has a man open, it's going to be caught. Touchdown pass. That's Green.
Keith Green.
That's Green's 2nd touchdown, isn't it? Hunt to Green from 35 yards.
That was a beautiful throw.
Here's the replay, you'll see the play all wide open, and he hits it.
Beautiful
right on the
throw.
run. Hunt to Green from 35 yards.
You know, we've talked about Vujanic and the way he throws the ball. It's time to talk about Hunt, the way he's throwing the football tonight.
So 11:53
doing a great
left.
job.
That ball was right on the money. Green ran right under it. That's the one, Bob, you say, hands don't fail me now. Long with the extra point attempt. It's good. 21-0 the score as Harford Tech has its way here with 11:53 left in the half.
I would tell you this, and Green probably knows this, that if you miss that catch, you might as well just keep running out of the stadium and go home, because you'll never hear the end of it.
But again, it was perfectly thrown, a great pattern, a great catch.
Yep. Keith Green did a great job pulling the ball in, just being in the end zone. Harford Tech has some nice players, and you know, they have them in some key positions. Now, obviously, the quarterback's pretty steady. They have excellent running backs, a couple of wide receivers who can catch the football and run. And, you know, defensively, they get after you, and, you know, they come with a 6 or 7 man line, and their whole object is to put pressure on you and then cover you one-on-one. And if they have the quarterback running, it's very, very difficult to throw the football to their own guys.
A booming kickoff. It'll go into the end zone. We'll come back out to the 20-yard line as Patterson-Mill will put the ball in play. 11:53 left in the half. Well, Bob, we heard a lot about the Cobras coming in, how balanced a team they are. A team that's basically a running team, known as a running team, but as you said, tonight they've shown that they can throw the ball just as well as they can run it.
Oh, they're throwing the ball very well.
Ryan Hunter came
Ryan
in
Hunt's doing a great job.
Almost a 50% completion ratio. He had 4 TDs and no interceptions. 2 more TDs tonight. Keeping the ball.
Is Pross.
Yeah, Pross in at the quarterback.
And there's a flag.
Flag goes down, and unfortunately, that's where you normally see the crackback block or the clipping.
No, that was against Patterson-Mill lineman,
Yeah,
I believe. And
that's a tough one because that was a gain of about 10 or 12.
the sad part was, I honestly believe it was after the runner went past him. He didn't have to do it. You know, you say you have to be disciplined, and you have to be disciplined, but we're talking about 15, 16, 17-year-old young men, and you know, sometimes when things don't go your way, it's difficult. And
so wipe out the gain, back them out 10 more yards. It'll be first down and 20.
And that's something that Patterson-Mill can't afford to do, to put themselves in long field range where they need 20, 15, 20, 25 yards. You know, it's tough enough to get to 10. Now the stick that's over there, the first down marker, should be down where the, oh, there it goes now.
Yep.
It's second down, and they're finally moving it.
Yep. Handing the ball off up the middle. Not a whole lot going to fumble. The ball comes loose. Dangerfield has it, and it's a touchdown for Harford Tech. Dangerfield scoops up the fumble and walks in for the 4th touchdown for the Cobras. So with 11:31 left in the half, it is a 10-yard run with a fumble recovery by Jalen Dangerfield.
It was just too easy.
There it is. You'll see the replay. Picking it up and walking into the end zone. Long in to attempt that 4th extra point. Impressed with this young man, Long. Good kicker.
Yeah, he hits the ball well. Very nice.
Bob, as you said, this team is just a very well-balanced team, well-disciplined team. You can see they're well-coached.
Now, they play within themselves, which is really nice to watch.
They'll start their Susquehanna Division season next week, will the Cobras. Obviously, you can't look ahead. Coach Palmer said in our pregame interview that, you know, we're not looking to get back to the state game and, you know, take it another step. We have to play it one game at a time, and that's what a coach has to do.
Coach speak.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at that as your long-term goal, but you know that every game you play, they're out to get you. You can't sneak up. Last year, they came out of nowhere to go 10-0. This year, everybody knows how good they are.
Well, the other factor is that the way the state playoffs are set up, you know, if you take a couple losses, you either may not get there, or you may be put in a position where you have to play somebody that's really good right in the beginning. And so you want to have as high a total wins possible, so you get those points to put yourself in a position where you're kind of playing the easier, so-called easier teams till you build up.
Well, it's going to go out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Be a penalty. And I think they put the ball at the.
Is it the 35 in high school?
I think so. In the pros, they put it at the 40.
Yeah.
Which I never understood. That's a severe penalty to kick it out of bounds. But
well, you're a pro. You shouldn't be kicking out of bounds, right?
You go. Speaking of pros, as we do this game on a Friday night, we had a chance to watch the Cleveland Browns get their first victory in 635 days last night. This Baker Mayfield, I think he's for real, Bob.
Boy, he put a show on, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He gave them all the life they needed last night.
Ball is placed at the 35-yard line. Patterson will put it in play there, down by 4 touchdowns. Just seconds into the second period. Nathan Bajanic, the quarterback. No, it's Cross, the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep. Not sure.
Flag, another flag.
A lot of yellow laundry on the field here, Bob.
It's not a very nice color in a football game.
No. I'm not sure whether Bajanic is injured or whether they just want to sort of change it up a bit. Cross, who's a great runner. Christian Cross, a 5'11", 185-pound junior, one of the captains on the team.
Well, what they were doing in the beginning, you know, obviously wasn't working for them, so coaching staff is trying to make a little change here to see if this will have a different effect on the ball game.
And unfortunately for Patterson Mill, that penalty is going to go against them. Like a hold or some sort of a blocking foul.
You know when they say speed kills,
yeah,
and it's killing the night because Harford Tech has speed. And the Patterson Mill linemen, some of them are very big, but they're not that quick, and so they're reaching and grabbing people.
Looks like Bajanic back in at quarterback, gives it all. Hit and held right as he hits that line of scrimmage, a gain of maybe 2 or 3. Robin, not only are they fast, but they're also strong, and they're also, we're talking about the Cobras, they play a very smart game.
Well, they do. Like I said, you're always going to find there's 6 guys up on the line again, and everybody's within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
That's Weller with the football, hit and held.
Now, if Weller could have split them and then taken off, he would have had a long way to go, but they close very, very well. Harford Tech does. And the Harford Tech coach is making some substitutions, and he's been getting some different players on the field for him defensively, and giving everybody a little run here a little bit.
3rd down and 12. Hand off to Weller. Going to be hit and held, no gain on the play.
Yeah.
That'll bring up a 4th down. Clock running at 9:49 left in the half. Bring up another punting situation for the Huskies. Cross back to punt it away. Partially blocked and out of bounds it goes.
It may have gone a yard.
Yeah. Looks like number 57, Bob, if we can pick up that. That's Brian Wall, who comes in and partially blocks that ball, then it goes out of bounds. I'm not sure he even got back to the line of scrimmage. Another tough break for Patterson Mill. They'll put the ball down at the 34 yard.
The exact same spot that it was 4th down. So they're
actually 1 yard less, so he's a -1 on that punt. So Tech will take over at that point, already up by 4 touchdowns.
Here's the toss to Dangerfield.
He is so quick. He sees that hole, Bob. There's no delay. He just puts his foot in the ground and makes that cut. Gain of about 7 on 1st down.
If I could read the number right, Felipe Del Rio was on a tackle, but
34, the
Yeah, but I could be.
Linebacker.
Yeah.
Hunt gives it off right at the middle. Dangerfield off the right side.
There's a
Flag
flag
goes down. That's going to come back, I do believe. So Dangerfield has a 5th touchdown for the Cobras, but I think that one's going to come back.
I'm starting to think they have those flags on retainer.
They get paid by the number of flags they throw, Bob. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that,
Oh.
but
Well, I'm sure he saw a violation. That's when you have those cracked back blocks. That's what sometimes happens. So a break for Patterson Mill. Holding is the call. So instead of the touchdown, we'll back him up 10 yards.
yeah, the hold was on the opposite. It was on our side of the line,
Yeah.
and the play went to the right side. The hold was on the left side, which if you'd let the kid go, wouldn't have stopped the touchdown.
Yeah. 8 minutes, 23 seconds left in the half. The penalty is a 10-yard penalty. Back it up to the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Dangerfield again. This time he's hit and held. A nice tackle in the middle. Even Ely and Mason Sprinkle, Chandler Morton, Corker in on the tackle.
And it looks like Alex Sweeney. Yeah. Alex Sweeney, number 40, also in on the tackle there.
Loss of about a yard. It's 3rd down and a long 6, maybe a short 7. Hunt back to throw, fakes once, hit, and down he goes.
51 and 40, so we had Sweeney and we had number 51 on there.
Is that Addington?
That's Addington, yes.
So that'll bring up 4th down, and now an interesting decision for Coach Palmer. You're in Patterson-Mill territory. You're up by 4 touchdowns. No use to punt it here.
And they haven't moved the football against you, so you can feel you could trust your defense right here.
Counting down to about 7 minutes left in the half. We get a high school ball. If you reach a point of 35 points down in the 2nd half, they have the running clock, which is the mercy rule that goes into effect if you're down that far. Hunt gives it on the delay. That's Dangerfield. He's off and running
a
down that
long
right
way.
sideline. He's gone in almost, and yes, let's see, the officials haven't given a signal. Yes, now they
Touchdown.
do. Touchdown. A run of 35 yards by Jalen Dangerfield.
He ran fast on that one, Don.
Yes, he did.
He showed some speed,
Here's
top
the
end
replay.
speed.
You'll see how he gets the ball and he's gone.
There's a delayed handoff to Dangerfield, and here's where he just takes off now.
That is a rocket going down that sideline. Jalen Dangerfield, the senior, coming in with a 10.3 yards per game average, or per carry average, I should say. Along with the 7th extra point. Actually, 5th extra point, I should say. So the last year it was last week was a 35-0 win for Harford Tech over Aberdeen. Last year was 48-7, the decision, Tech over Patterson-Mill. Remember, again, Patterson-Mill, the last team that defeated Harford Tech. That was 2 seasons ago. That seems like a century ago right now, Bob.
It would feel like that for the players right now, yes.
Well, I am impressed with Harford Tech. They have speed, they have size, they have quickness, they have smarts, they're well coached. They're a handful.
Yeah, they are. I'd like to see them against, a team with a bit more quality to match up with them and see what, see how those games would go. But they showed you last year when they played an excellent Prince George's County team in the state semis, Gwynn Park, who has a great athletic history as a school down there. It was a 16-9 game, and
That was the state semifinals.
Yeah.
That time the ball hit Blackwell, Chris Blackwell, on the leg. He was going to let it go into the end zone to hope it would. Then he had to pick it up and run with it. Gained it back to about close to the 5-yard line, maybe the 10.
Yeah, they're right at about the 10.
You know, it's just bad breaks too for Patterson Mill. Obviously they've been outplayed, but everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for them tonight.
I don't know how you coach that.
Yeah. Well, they say you make your own breaks. Well, Harford Tech has certainly done that tonight. Ball at the 10-yard line. Lajonic back in a quarterback. Throws. Dangerous pass. Caught.
That was
short game.
That was a long way to throw the ball. The problem with that pass against Harford Tech is their cornerbacks are right up on you. So when you throw the ball 20 yards, 25 yards across the sideline, I mean, it only takes a split second, and the Harford Tech guys there picking it off and running in.
Yep.
Maybe you want to fake that and let your guy go deep and make them jump the ball and then hit your guy going down the sideline. Then you might have a chance of getting the score.
If you had the time to throw.
If you have the time to throw.
And so far they have not.
No.
Lajonic hits his man. That's complete. That's Ely, the tight end. Battling for yardage is Ely.
Nice play by Ely.
Line. He picks up the first down.
Very nice play by Evan Ely.
Evan Ely, who's 6 foot, 190-pound senior, that time he showed, hey, I am not going down easily. I mean, he had 2 or 3 tacklers on him, Bob. He just wouldn't go down.
Yeah.
Blackwell in motion from near to far.
Now they're going to, Patterson Mills got, well, they're taking him out, actually.
Yeah. He's in motion all the way to the bench. Weller inside handoff. Boy, tough running. Not many lanes opening up, Bob, on that cross.
No, because like I said, Harford Tech's playing 6 or 7 men on
down.
6 or 7 men on the defensive line, which means they have one more than you have for the most part, or they're at least even with 6 if you have a tight end in to go with your.
It looked like a
your
first
line.
tackle penalty. Let's see what that's all about. Officials are getting together, talking about it. That's where you see unsportsmanlike conduct or piling on. Five minutes, 32 seconds left before the half. No, they wave it off. That's the second time.
They're
that
doing
we've
a
seen
lot of
it.
waving tonight too.
Yeah, that's the second penalty. They picked the flag up and said no. Third one.
Third one, yeah, except one they didn't wave it.
Oh, they
Of the
just picked
3,
it up.
they just picked it up.
So no penalty. Second down and about 9. That's a man. Good catch by Pross. Pross looking for that first down, just a bit short. Nice reach and grab by Christian Pross.
Trying to get the number here. That's Dangerfield, I guess, on the tackle. It's the first time I've seen him on this side of the field, so I wanted to make sure the number was 5 and not 6.
They do say it's a first down. As Pross extended himself to pick up the first down at the 35. 2 first downs on this drive. In motion, Pross. Give to Weller. Again, that little cross buck is just not working, Buck.
Well, I mean, they've got Lowry up there from the safety position, who's standing there next to the tackle, who could make the tackle. You know, so there are 6, 7 people clogging up that area. So it's tough to run those counters.
Patterson Mill has had trouble running the ball all year, but against a team like Harford Tech that is so quick, just becomes doubly hard. Lajonic looking for a man, has his man.
Nice pass,
Blackwell,
nice catch.
right at the 40-yard line, going to be short of a first down.
That's about a 4-yard gain.
Third and about 6 to go. Coming up on the 4-minute mark left in the first half. It's 14-0 at the end of the first period. Now it's 35-0. Johnny looking for
There's
about
6 guys up on the line right now. Here they come.
Looking for the long pass. Blackwell looked like he slipped. Well covered on the play.
Well, there,
Jeremiah Mentor with the
I mean,
cover.
Minter jammed them at the line of scrimmage and then ran with them, and so he was in front of them the whole time.
4th down now, and Bob, I think you have to punt it here. You're in your own territory.
Yeah, I do too.
You'd like to maybe keep possession of the ball and try to get something going. Cross in to punt the ball away.
Yeah, the wind's blowing cross field, so it's, it should be moving the ball right to left if he gets it up in the air.
The Cobras have partially blocked 2 punts already.
There's a nice punt. Gets
Mentor
one off. Get
lets
away
it
from
fall,
it. Get
and
away from it.
That's
That's
a
it.
20-yard line. Good punt by Cross. Knocks it dead at the 20. So, Bob, that was maybe the best drive that Patterson-Mill has had all night. Picked up 2 first downs and some more yardage.
Yeah, they had one good defensive stop, and then that was a, picked up 2 first downs. They were moving the ball a little bit. So that's encouraging.
3:32 left in the first half. And again, remember, if it becomes the second half, the clock would run automatically when you're down by 35 points. So obviously that's what you don't want to have happen. If you're Patterson-Mill, you want to get on the board.
Here comes Minter. Tackled in the backfield by,
That's Medina.
or Medina, yeah, Minter. Medina, 56.
That's Connor Morton, the
Yeah.
middle linebacker for Patterson-Mill.
Yes, nice play. He just shot the gap and made the tackle and for a loss of a yard.
Yeah, this young man, Medina, he is he's a load, Bob. He's not the fast, quick cut runner that Dangerfield is, but you tackle him, you know you've tackled a man. Here's Dangerfield. Quick
There he
hitter.
goes.
He could go. 1 man to beat. Turns on the speed. Looking for the angle, and he's going to be, nope, he's going to stay on his feet and go in for the touchdown. That touchdown run of 78 yards.
James Record, number 4, had the angle, was chasing him, was running almost stride for stride with him. Just
Here's the
couldn't make
replay.
the play.
You'll see how Dangerfield,
You'll see number 4 coming into the right there and just couldn't make the tackle on him. But give Record credit. He was pursuing and he
Absolutely.
was running well. And
James Record, the 5'11", 160-pound junior, didn't give up, but Dangerfield is just, he's an athlete. 41-0, 2:34 left here in this first half. 78-yard TD run by Jalen Dangerfield, and long, perfect again. 6 tries, 6 extra points.
yeah,
And Bob, he's got the kind of leg that he could kick a field goal of 35, 40 yards.
maybe longer than that, Don.
Again, you're looking at Tech and you say, well, do they have weaknesses? Well, it hasn't shown up tonight. Well coached, well disciplined, great athletes. I'm impressed with Ryan Hunt, the quarterback, Bob, who obviously overshadowed by Dangerfield and Medina and the other runners. But tell you what, if they have to have a pass, he's the kind of guy that could give it to them.
Tyler Long's a junior, so he can get bigger, stronger, and by next year. And I'm sure he's going to some kicking camps and will probably go again this summer. And there's going to be people looking at him.
Yep.
Or at least offering him walk-ons.
He's touched it. He's got to go back and get it. And that's when you say, oh my goodness, this is not going to be fun.
No.
That ball got up in the wind. It just took off as Cross tried to field it. Got a little bit beyond him, but once he touched it, he had no other alternative but to go back and pick it up and try to make something out of it. So that ball is back inside the 5-yard line.
Yes.
So Patterson-Mill will have to put it in play again. 2:32 left in this first half. big crowd here tonight, and I think a lot of these young people from Harford Tech following their team. Remember, Harford Tech is the school that draws kids from all over the county, so there is no communities per se.
That was a nice play.
Yep. Ely's still on his feet. Remember this young man who got the first down last time,
Yeah.
staying on his feet. Gets out to about the 13.
He protected the ball, held the ball well. Sometimes when you're fighting for extra yards like that, sometimes you get hit with that ball out and you lose the ball. But
And he picks up another first down, Bob, just through sheer effort.
yep. Ball's out on about the 14 or 15.
Yep. Johnny looking down this near side, almost has Blackwell just about maybe a step too long.
That was close.
Yeah.
I hit him in his right hand.
Yeah.
So he's a half a step from putting both hands together and possibly catching that ball.
Chris Blackwell, the 5'11", 157-pound junior, came into the game with 8 catches, 188 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bob, he played on the state championship lacrosse team. Got to give some props to Jason Bellamy, his team going all the way and winning the Class 1A state title last year.
If he's playing lacrosse, you know he's a tough kid out here.
He, along with Evan Ely, also on that state championship lacrosse team. Johnny. Oh, great
Nice
catch,
pass.
great pass. Is that Cross?
That's Pross, yes. Nice hands
Cross diving. Oh, good sportsmanship by the
by Dangerfield.
Dangerfield. Reached down and helped Mr. Pross.
We give his older brother props. Jalen Dangerfield, his older brother, played basketball at Harford Tech. Outstanding basketball player. Led them to many, many wins. Was a great athlete. Probably a little smaller than Jalen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jalen is a Division I prospect. Talking to Coach Palmer, he said a number of Division I schools are looking at him. He's got that kind of size and speed. Almost Blackwell had it in his hands.
Well, that was a nice defensive play right there.
Minter, yeah.
By Minter. I mean, as soon as Blackwell had ball hit his hands, Minter grabbed one of the arms and just ripped it away so he couldn't squeeze it together.
Jeremiah Minter making
nice
that
play.
Defensive play. Yeah, it wasn't a drop. Blackwell had the ball.
I'm going to tell you, that's a really good matchup because both of these kids can play. Blackwell's a very good receiver, and Minter's doing a great job defensively.
Nathan Bajani, the junior. Being rushed, going back, giving ground. Got to get rid of it, but down he goes.
You're not going to...
That's Charles Brown.
He's not going to outrun Charles Brown.
Brown's another Division I prospect, Bob, as a defender.
Well, like I said, they had him earlier in the game playing at defensive tackle and defensive nose guard. You know, when a kid's really a cornerback or a safety.
That's all the way back to the 15. That's a loss of about 15 yards. It's going to make a third down and about 30. Bob, there's not a whole lot of plays in my playbook for third and 30.
No, the only thing you're really trying to do here is to run the clock down where the clock was out in a half. And
inside a minute left in the half,
Yeah.
55 seconds. Third down. Looking for the hard count, and he does this time get the 5 yards. So with 39 seconds, the clock stopped momentarily. It'll be not third and 30, it'll be third and 25 now, Bob. Now we got something, right?
We do.
No, we don't.
We do. Hey, it's, you know, you can see what the score is. Now, what does it hurt to go for something? I mean, maybe a quick slant or maybe a crossing pattern between these two receivers on the right-hand side.
There's a handoff inside. Nothing going there. That defense just comes up and swallows up the ball carrier.
But any sane coach would do what he did, hand it off. Because now who stopped the clock?
Keith Green is the tackler. 20 seconds.
Harford Tech called the timeouts with 20 seconds left.
Did they actually call a timeout?
Yes, he did.
I'm not sure exactly why they would do that at this point, but 42-0 the score. Maybe just to get the team lined up. It'll be 4th down, a punting situation. 4th and, about 17, no, 15 maybe. "20 seconds left in the half. It's been all Harford Tech. 42-0 is the score. It looks like the Huskies will punt the ball away. I guess theoretically they could try to run the clock out by running around, but they're not sure they could run 20 seconds off the clock. Jeremiah Minter, the lone deep receiver, back at his own 40. Christian Pross in to punt the ball away.
Well, it will be, I think you pick a sideline here and kick the ball toward the side, punt the ball toward the sideline.
Here they come, looking for the block.
Just like that.
Out of bounds it goes. Great job by Pross.
Yes.
Under pressure, he's able to punt the ball away.
Now there's 14 seconds left and you're up 42, so
you're going to get the ball inside Patterson Mill territory, just about at the 45-yard line.
Curious what they're going to run here, or whether they're going to take a knee, or whether they're going to run something here.
Hunt still in at quarterback. He's going all the way. Ryan Hunt, the junior. Whistle blows and stops play. 11 seconds, so 1 second ticked off the clock. But
there's a timeout.
Coach Palmer is out on the field, and he is not happy. He's bringing his quarterback over, and he will have a, let's say, heart-to-heart.
Sort of like a father-son talk.
Yeah, well, sit down on here on the bench, and let's talk about this, son.
Well, let's see what happens on this play.
I think Coach Palmer was not happy that the pass was thrown. Up 42-0. My feeling is that he is just going to run this clock out.
Well, I was waiting to see if he would take the snap and take a knee.
Yeah.
And just let the clock go.
Apparently that's what Coach Palmer wanted to see happen, but the young man, being a young man, thought, well, hey.
But who calls the plays?
I'm not sure. Handoff up the middle. Still on his feet, down that right sideline. Looking like he could go over for a touchdown, and does. So with 12 seconds to go, I'm looking for a number, Bob. It looks like number 2. That is that's Brown. That's Charles Brown, the young man we talked to. So yes, indeed, you tried to run the clock out. You handed the ball to Brown, but he goes in for a touchdown from 45 yards out.
How do you tell a kid not to run the football as hard as he can if you hand it to him?
So Brown has a 45-yard touchdown, and that'll make it 48-0 with the extra point coming up, the 7th such try. It's a fumbled snap, and down he goes, and so it will remain 48-0 here.
2 seconds left.
For all intents and purposes, that should be the last play of the first half after the kickoff.
They have to have the kickoff.
They do.
If there's time on that clock, they have to have the kickoff now. But that's not the official clock on the scoreboard. It's see what the official says down here.
Yep, and they're saying that is the end of the half, so that brings our half to a conclusion. 48-0 is our score. Harford Tech, Bob, has just done everything that they could do perfectly well, and Pattersonville just doesn't have an answer.
Yeah, it's a total domination at this point, and it's just they just have too much for them.
Well, we'll take a break. We'll come back with the second half action in just a moment. Don't go away. Pattersonville versus Harford Tech. The Cobras leading 48-0. Well, we're back with you at Pattersonville High School. The score 42-0 here at halftime, actually 48-0. The score by Charles Brown there in the closing seconds of that first half. It's been all the Harford Tech Cobras. They have, Bob, just been a splendid team here tonight in terms of execution, passing, defense. They've just dominated.
Obviously, the score shows that. I mean, it just too much speed, too much execution, too much talent. And the sad part is now we're coming out for the second half, and you know, Patterson Mill has to. Their kids have to be beat down, tired, mentally, physically, and they're going to have to really reach down and you know, give the best effort they can this second half.
And of course, the rule in high school football, they call it the mercy rule. If you're down by 35 points at any time in the second half, it is a running clock, meaning timeouts or whatever the clock continues to run, which would mean that it will go very rapidly, and so it'll be very difficult, first of all, for Patterson Mill to mount any kind of a comeback, which is, you know, unheard of, down 48-0. But also for Harford Tech, you know, they won't be able to score, nor will they want to, I believe, score another 48 points.
Well, you know, if you just like the last play of the first half, I mean, you hand the ball to a kid who can run the football, and he sees a hole, and instinct tells him it's time to go, and he went. And you know, that can happen in the second half too.
Well, here we go now. Harford Tech will get the football first as Pross kicks off. Down to about the 5-yard line. Is that Dangerfield again? Check that is Medina, I believe. Let's see if we can pick up a number. No, it is number 8, and that's Jonathan Fletcher, who runs the ball back to about the 38-yard line. Check it at the 35-yard line, where Harford Tech will put the ball in play, 1st and 10 from the 35.
Well, Don, we're seeing some clean jerseys here. So Harford, Coach Palmer starting to play a number of different players now. He has Jay Rose as his starting quarterback here. Here comes TJ Lowry coming on an end around, running the football.
Still on his feet, down across the midfield line. Lowry, of course, the defensive safety, who's played a great game on defense, now getting a chance to play offense. That's a gain of about 17 yards on 1st down.
I see Justin Holly, number 34, in the backfield for, no, he's playing wide receiver out here. Eddie Medina playing is the running back. They hand him the football.
Medina, who played so well in the first half, picks up short yardage on 1st down, maybe a couple of yards.
Now 29, Bryce Melton is coming into the game for Harford Tech.
48-0 as the Cobras scored 14 points in the first period and then added 24 more in that second period.
I see number 58, Logan Sealing in the as a right tackle for Tech.
That's 29, not 28, Bob.
That's Bryce Melton. 28 came out. 29 just came in, Bryce Melton. So it looks like 34 and 29 are running the plays in and outs.
They'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. 9:37 left in the 3rd period. Running clock. It's Medina around this near side. Down near the 30-yard line. Oh, he is just a load.
Yeah. Zachary Pippin, lineman in the ball game for Tech. 63, Brandon Fletcher.
Yeah, that's the starting line. It looks like Fletcher and Haviland 62, Pippin 65.
60, is 60 in there?
60 Stith, yeah, he's the starting right guard, and Sealing the starting right tackle. So it looks like they're keeping their offensive line in, and then the backfield, the offensive backfield, are the ones where you see the substitutes playing. Fumble, ball is loose. And it looks like the Huskies have fallen on the ball. Making the recovery is number 40 for the Huskies.
Alex Sweeney.
Alex Sweeney with that fumbled recovery. And so that's a good break for Patterson Mill with the clock running at 8:22 left in the third. Let's see if they can get on the board now.
Patterson Mill has 65. Chandler Martin, Corker in the football game. On the offensive line, 55. Mike Wozalewski.
And Grant Addington, the senior, that looks like their starting lineup as
Yeah,
well.
64 looks like Corbin Jones.
Yep. Johnny's still in at quarterback. No, that's Prosson at quarterback. Nick's up in the backfield, and Pross ends up being taken down for a loss of about 5 or 6.
They've got 75 Alex Carter in the ball game.
He's their starting right tackle.
And I'm trying to find their other.
Second down and 13. Clock running at 7 minutes. Being rushed, being tackled, and down he goes, fumble, recovered by Patterson Mill.
And number 50, Will Galiza, is in the ball, offensive lineman for Patterson Mill.
That was Shawan White, number 33, with the tackle, the forced fumble. Again, showing good sportsmanship. He helped the Johnny Cup.
I see number 24, Kyle Puckett, in the ball game. And he's coming out now.
6:45. They have stopped the clock. They're sending the players off the field. I'm not sure, Bob, what's going on, whether there was just a timeout. Don't have any contact with the field, so I can't tell you exactly what's going on. The two squads are off the field now. It was just a timeout. He took the timeout. Patterson Mill took a timeout, so that's why the squads came off the field momentarily. That does stop the clock. It's going to make a third and about 30. Ball all the way back inside the 20-yard line. They've got to get out to the 42 for the first down. Ball is...
It's about a 27-yard. It says 23 up on the scoreboard, but ball looks like it's on the 15, and it has to go to about the 42.
Janik looking, throws here to the near side, and the receiver wasn't looking for the ball, and it fell incomplete.
He was open, but he wasn't looking.
Xander Horsky. That'll bring up fourth down. So Patterson Mill will be forced to punt the ball away again. Mentor back in deep punt receiving formation.
Do we have their schedules next week, Don? What?
I don't know. I don't know how their schedule. Jalen Dangerfield, by the way, 4 touchdowns in that first half. Won a fumble recovery. Nice high booming kick. Mentor back, fields it at the 40-yard line.
Nice catch in the punt.
Mentor breaks one tackle around the right sideline and knocked out of bounds.
By number 64.
That's Corbin Jones. Corbin Jones is 6'2", 260-pound with the offensive lineman down to make that tackle. 5:36 and counting left in this third period. 48-0, that was the score at the half. Harford Tech will put the ball in play at the 45-yard line of Patterson Mill.
And they're playing their second string right now. You know, the last time they just tried to run the football. They also have a new guy, number 63, just came in for them.
13J Rose is the quarterback.
Brandon Fletcher just came into the ball game on the offensive line for them. And number 12, Curtis McKissitt. Oh, cuckoo.
Oh, good job. You missed that here. You didn't see it on TV. Our roster went flying into the stands, and some nice lady brought it back to us. Carrying the ball that time was number 12.
Was that McKissitt on the carry?
Yeah. Pickup of 2. Ball at the 41-yard line of Patterson Mill. Clock running at 4:23 left in the third period.
It's like Medina in the backfield for him now. Here comes a flanker. Ball gets handed to number 34, Justin Holly.
Justin Holly around that right side. Good yardage down to about the 8 to 22-yard line. Clock continues to run even though he went out of bounds, and that's part of the deal.
I mean, they bring speed in after speed, Don.
They do, yeah. It's great to see the second teamers who have been practicing since August the 15th, and they're getting a chance to get out here and show what they can do. 48-0, that was the score at the half.
You know, in situations like that, they deserve to play, and they work their butts off, and they help make the first team good in practice. And coach is taking advantage of that now and giving them every opportunity to show what they can do.
Running the ball was Jaleel Cooper, number 6. Coming up on the 3-minute mark on the running clock, left here in the third period. Justin Holly flanked to the near side. Whistle blows, the play is blown dead. Clock running inside 3 minutes. False start is the call. Cobras in no hurry, obviously. The clock running down. They have this victory, their 4th of the season, securely in their back pocket. Second down and 12. Rose, the quarterback. Jay Rose, a junior, keeps the ball around this near side. It's going to be hit and taken off his feet.
Number 7, Evan Ely, took the ball out of his hands, and it's actually now Patterson Mill ball on an outstanding play by Evan Ely.
He's played a good game tonight. Remember, he was the tight end that made the catch early in that first half and was able to get a first down. So he's really come up big. So Patterson Mill will take over at, let's see, their own 27-yard line. Clock running down at 1:20 left in this third period.
The Harford Tech players were paying attention. They only had 10 players on the field, and they were yelling and telling the coach, hey, we need one, we need one.
Kyle Pulkett flanked to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Very little happening. It was Nathan Weller who was hit just as he hit the line of scrimmage. Weller, 5'5", 157-pound junior. He's been trying to find those running lanes all night, Bob, and hasn't found many.
No.
Bojanic. Is that intercepted? Nope, it hits the ground. Thrown a little bit behind the receiver. And now the young man who came up with the ball, number 34, Bob.
Yeah, Justin Holly saying he caught that.
Yeah, he laid on the ground there for a while and then said, well, hey, I'll just run a while. The officials are conferring and they're going to say No, the ball did hit the ground.
Well, the back judge said no, that he didn't catch it. And he truly believes he did.
Lots of confusion on the field now. We're not sure who has the ball. It looks like Patterson Mill retained it.
See Jerome Dance come in, number 23, for Harford Tech.
That's the end of the third
Number
period,
62,
by the way.
Kyle Haviland's in the ball game. 52, Ike Udo Elisa, who's been playing all night. 77, Travis Walls, who is actually a 9th grader.
Yeah, just brought up from the JV, we're told. 12 minutes left in the game, and it will be a running clock. So 48-0 was the score at the half, and that's what it is right now. This game has been a foregone conclusion since, again, early in the game, as that great pass from Hunt to Mentor down that left sideline in the end zone. That came at 10:13 of the first period, and a beautiful, beautiful catch by Mentor on the pass by Hunt. And then Dangerfield's 31-yard run, that later in that period, it was 14-0 at the end of the first period. And again, at the end of the half, it was 48-0, and that's where we are now in the third period. Harford Tech again showing exactly why they were 10-0 last year, Bob, and 4-0 so far this year.
They're a very good football team. There's no question about that.
Well coached, well disciplined.
And Patterson Mill's doing, really what they have to do. They have to play the game out, and they're coming out here and they're trying as hard as they can. And the Harford Tech coach, Coach Palmer, has put his second string guys in and giving them opportunities, and they're making plays too.
Bojanic tackled in the backfield. Patterson, Harford Tech comes up with football, but he was down. Bojanic, of course, 13 tackles for a loss this year, 51 yards coming into the game. So he's been under pressure all season long, and obviously pressure tonight.
It's tough playing quarterback when all you see is the other color jersey, because they're not there to greet you and say hello and walk with you. Their job is to knock you on the ground.
On
and
your derriere, yes. Punting situation as Frost comes in to kick it away. Nice high booming punt. Coming down at the 50, it'll take a bounce.
Yeah,
in
nice
favor of
roll.
Patterson Mill. Go down to about the 40-yard line where they'll put the ball in play.
Yeah.
Had a chance to talk to Dr. Sean Abel, Bob, before the game. He's
Principal
out here, the principal
Yeah.
of the school. And he said, I said, what are you doing tonight? He said, my job tonight is cleaning toilets. And I believed him. I think that's what he was doing.
That's a
Great, great principal, just done a great job. He was at Bel Air Middle School, came over here a few years ago, and doing a wonderful job. A middle high school, as Harvard Grace is going to be in, 2020, I think. when it
Is that
opens.
right?
Yeah. It'll be a combination middle high school.
And are they building a new one?
They are, yeah.
Well, that'll be great for the town to have the Grace.
Driving for yardage up near the 50-yard line.
That's number 6, Jaleel Cooper.
Yep, who came in the ball game, one of the young men who's getting a chance to play. Clock still running, inside 10 minutes now left in the game. Also, Jason Bellamy, the athletic director. Jason treats us like we're something special, Bob.
Yeah, it's like we're royalty up here, and we truly appreciate it.
We really do. That's Medina again.
Yeah.
He's free. Let's see if he can go all the way. He's from behind.
What a
Nice
hustle
tackle.
play by number 64, Corbin Jones, to run him down. What a great play by Corbin Jones.
Just when it looked like Medina was going into the end zone.
Says a lot for Corbin Jones to hustle that much to make that play.
It really does. And look at the size of the young man. He's like a 260-pounder.
He can run.
Yeah.
That kid's fast for that size.
He's the starting left tackle on offense for the Patterson Mill Huskies.
Well, if any college coach wanted to see what that young man is made of, that play right there would tell him all.
Yeah, you're down 48-0. Hey, easy enough for you just to sit there and watch him run in. Rose, the quarterback. Actually, it's Nicholas Warner in at quarterback.
Ooh. There's a flag on the play. I do believe that Patterson Mill actually jumped offside on the play, so this is all going to be negated, and it's going to go back to be Harford Tech's ball again.
The Husky fans are celebrating, but I think that flag on the far side of the field is going to dampen their celebration, I think. Coming up on the 8-minute mark as this running clock continues to move. Yep, they're going to put the ball down where it was blown dead. But then that flag that's back at the line of scrimmage. Official going back. Now we've had 3 of them waved off tonight, so let's see if this one stands. Officials are conferring as the clock continues to run at 7:30.
They picked the flag up.
That would be flag number 4 being waved off.
I think that's a mercy flag.
Now, the problem is that it will be Patterson Mill football, not a problem, but a break for the Patterson Mill Huskies. So, Bob, it looked like, again, Patterson Mill had maybe jumped offside.
It looked like two guys on the right-hand side. Looked to me like they both jumped. But they got back. Now, I don't know, specifically what, whether breaking the plane in the high school level doesn't create a penalty, but, and maybe it was just, hey, we're just going to let play go and keep the clock running.
The clock is moving down to the 6:40 mark. 48-0 was the score at halftime. That's what it is right now with the running clock here in the second half. Timeout is called. It looked like Harford Tech was short a man.
They were.
Obviously, you don't want to see the clock stopped, but it had to be in
No.
that case. Jonathan Fletcher excited that he's going to get to go in the ball game, number 8.
Yeah, he's played a little bit.
Charles Brown, the do-it-all senior on the bench, offense and defense. Told by his coach, Tim Palmer, that he is a legitimate D1 scholarship candidate. Clock is stopped with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the contest. Tim Palmer talking to the officials. So Tim Palmer took his JV teams in 2013 and 14, Bob, to a 16-1 record. And now he's 13, will be 14-0 here as a varsity coach. My math is not good, but that's what, 30-1?
Sounds like it to me.
That's not bad. Of course, he won 2 playoff games last year before they lost in the state semifinal. And the clock has begun there with 6 minutes and 19 seconds and counting left in this contest.
And it's a 1st and 10 for Patterson Mill on about their own 25.
Hit in the backfield, a loss on the play. Inside 6 minutes left in the game. Nathan Bajanic still the quarterback. Gone all the way except for the moment when Christian Cross was in. Throws it a bit high, misses one receiver, Ely, and almost gets it to Blackwell. Clock continues to run with 5:25 and counting left in the game. Bob McComber, thank you as always for coming all the way up from Anne Arundel County and being my partner here tonight.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see you, Don.
Pleasure to have you along, and you've added your expert commentary.
It's always a pleasure to be in Harford County.
Like we have an injury on the field. Keith Green, I know I call this a care for his situation. Looked like it might have been a cramp, perhaps. Being escorted off the field.
He looks like he's walking fine now.
It's been a relatively injury-free game, and that's always a good thing.
Well, that's what you want to get out of here. You want to get out of this game without an injury now. I mean,
good sportsmanship on both parts, Bob. We've seen players helping each other up.
The players have been very good to each other in this ball game. I mean, in a situation when you're losing 48-0, it's really hard to keep your discipline. And you know, on the other side, it's hard not to show off and do some things, and neither team has done that.
Vujanic going down this near side. Blackwell has it, and he's going to be taken off his feet, saving a touchdown. Chris Blackwell, that tackle made by Jerome Dance, and it looked like that Blackwell may have gone for the touchdown. Clock continues to run at 4:44. That's the longest play of the game for Patterson Mill.
Yes, it was.
Well thrown. Blackwell adjusted, came back and made the catch over the outside shoulder. And give young Mr. Dance credit. He was there and made the tackle to save what would have been a shutout, shattering touchdown by Patterson Mill.
I think that's the thing right now that the coach is looking at his kids like, hey, we've worked real hard to keep them from scoring. We really don't want them to score in the last 4 minutes.
Blackwell just had pass a little bit inside from where he was. After shutting out Aberdeen last week 35-0, and now here with Patterson Mill, they of course obviously would like to have that back-to-back shutouts. Vujanic all by himself back there, being rushed, gets it off, has his man, that's Blackwell, spins around from one tackle, but it's going to be hit and taken down. Like number 34.
By number 34, Justin Holly, who's helping him up right here.
Yep. Chris Blackwell, who came in with 8 catches for 188 yards and 3 touchdowns. Coming up on the 3-minute mark, it's 2nd down and 7.
Jalen Cunningham, number 54, is in the ball game now on defense for. And I see another number I hadn't seen, number 33, Shawan White.
Screen pass coming. Incomplete, looking for Weller.
Being covered by Cunningham on the play, who was running stride for stride with him.
Jalen Cunningham sniffed out that screen pass, and there was no chance to make a completion. 3rd down now and 7. Clock running at 2:25 left in the contest. And it's been all Harford Tech leading 48-0 at the half, 14-0 at the first period, then scored 24 points in that second period. Jalen Dangerfield with 4 touchdowns, 1 a fumble recovery touchdown and 3 running touchdowns. There's that tough throw, running to your left, throwing with right hand. Brings up a 4th down, 4th and 7. Clock continues to run with 1:46. Bob, like you said, the only suspense is, can they maintain this and throw the shutout? The Harford Tech Cobras we're talking
Number
about.
9, Nicholas Warner, is in the ball game at quarterback now for Harford Tech.
Yep, who takes over on that 4th down pass. We saw Nicholas a little bit earlier in the ball game in the last series. Now with 1:17, we'll see if Harford Tech is content just to run it out. Medina with the ball. Whistles blow. Not sure why the whistle was blowing. Maybe he stepped out of bounds.
He was tackled by Alex Sweeney there, number 40.
Looks like they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, Bob, back here on the 45.
Yeah.
Clock continues to run with 50 seconds left in the game. We'll ask the fellas in the truck, are we going to have time for post-game interviews? We'll let you know that in just a moment. That's Jaleel Cooper going down that right sideline, but there is a flag. 23 seconds left on the clock. If it stands, that would be a 54-0 score. They're running the clock, which means the clock will run out here before this play. Well, the official waved the arm. They're going to bring it back, and they are running the clock. So wipe out that touchdown. Clock still showing 17 seconds. The official is doing his best to get the clock started. Holding is the call, and that will wipe out what appeared to be a touchdown.
Looks like game's over. I'm waiting for the official to lift the ball up over his head here.
Clock inside 10 seconds now, and they're just going to let it run out here. 7 seconds. 3-2, and that should be the end of this contest. With a final score of 48-0, the Harford Tech Cobras have now won their 4th game. Meantime, Patterson Mill falls to 0-3 on the year. Don't go away. We'll come back. We'll have some post-game interviews and wrap it up for you in just a moment. We'll be right back. Well, we're back with you at Patterson Mill, where the Harford Tech Cobras have completed a 48-0 shellacking of the host Patterson Mill Huskies. Their 4th win of the season. They're at 4-0. Jeremiah Minter, your team 10-0 last year. You got all the way to the state semifinals. We talked off air. How do you keep focused game after game without thinking about that state playoff?
We just got to remember what it takes to get there. Keep doing the same thing we did last year, but even go even harder. We can't just give up. We just got to keep pushing.
Jeremiah, we're talking again off air. Your catch in the end zone, in the corner of the end zone. I've watched a lot of pro games over my life. I've never seen a better catch, more concentration. You were so well covered. How did you make that catch?
My quarterback, he trusted me, so I jumped at the highest point, looked the ball in, and just brought it down with me.
Yeah, that was a great catch, and again, that was the first touchdown of the game, and that sort of set the tone for the game. After that, of course, it was all you guys. You just were faster, quicker, bigger, more athletic. It just seemed like that you had your way tonight.
Yes, we did. We had a game plan to come in here and dominate, and that's what we did.
Of course, you haven't been tested yet. You've won 4 straight games, defeating Aberdeen last week, 35-0, now 48-0. Now down the road, of course, I know you're going to be a lot tougher.
Yes, sir. When the playoffs come, we got to just keep going harder, doing the same thing we did every year.
Now you're a senior. I know you're looking back on a career. You're getting close to the end of it here at Harford Tech. How about next year? What do you think?
Still waiting to see what schools will offer me. So I'm just keep working and just keep staying motivated and just don't give up.
Yeah. Jeremiah, hang right here with me. I'm going to talk to your partner, Jalen Dangerfield. Of course, we hear the name Dangerfield almost synonymous with Harford Tech. Your brother, let's talk about him just a moment. How's he doing?
He's doing good. Going into his sophomore year, he should have a big year coming for Lackawanna basketball.
Well, wonderful. Now, you went to Harford Tech. You followed your brother there. Why?
I felt like it was the right choice. My brother had success here, and it just felt right to come here.
And, of course, now you're a senior. Looking back on that decision, was it the right decision?
Yes, it was a great decision.
Well, you're doing so well. You had 4 touchdowns and a 5th one that was called back. How about this game tonight? How did it rank in the games you've played?
It was a game. It was a tough game. Coach called a great game plan. We came in ready to win, and it just showed all night. We didn't let up.
Now you're talking about a D1 school next year. You told me maybe Buffalo, maybe Morgan State. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe one of those two. I'm looking at. We'll see what comes. But yeah, just keep working, see what else comes.
Well, you have the speed, you have the quickness, you have the power, you have the smarts too. And also, I was really impressed with your team, the sportsmanship. Easy when you're leading by that kind of a margin to get a little cocky and perhaps be a little showboating. Never a sign of that all night long. What do you attribute that to?
Coaches preach that. Of course, we want to come in and win. We want to demolish, but it's all about sportsmanship. It's just football at the end of the day. You don't want to, embarrass them.
Excellent. Congratulations. Good luck to you the rest of the way. Jeremiah, have a great weekend. Enjoy this one. I'll let you guys go with your teammates, and I'll bring in my partner, Bob McCone. Bob, these young men did a great job, didn't they?
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Bob, again,
I want to put one of those uniforms on and start playing.
total domination on the part of the Harford Tech Cobras. Obviously, Patterson Mill not as strong a team as they would like to have, but this team, Harford Tech, they did everything well.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they pretty much did everything right tonight, and then at halftime they called off the dogs basically, and so they played the game out the rest of the way. Much credit to Patterson Mill. They could have folded at any time and just let it get way out of hands, and they didn't. They continued to play and continue to give the best effort that they possibly could give.
Help my fading memory. The young man who chased down the Harford Tech runner, was it Corbett Jones?
Of course, Corbett Jones, yes. That was a fantastic play. Told you everything you needed to know about him and the Patterson Mill program when a player is willing to make and to catch.
Mm-hmm. Medina was the runner
from behind, who can run, and big man Corbin Jones has some speed and some heart.
And that's the kind of thing that long after your football playing days are over, that that's the kind of character that will carry you through. Bob, again, 4 touchdowns for Jalen Dangerfield. That great pass from Hunt to Mentor to begin the ball game, and it was just, again, Charles Brown had a 45-yard touchdown run at the end of that first half. Total domination. I'm impressed with this team. And again, I don't want to put any onus on them, but if they get to the state playoffs again, I know they have that one last hurdle they want to jump by. That certainly is something they have the ability to do as long as they stay healthy and stay focused.
Yeah, you don't want to name buildings after people until they, start to put the foundation down, and they've done that now. They've won 4 games in a row now at this particular point. Now they're coming really into the meat of their schedule.
Yeah.
And so this is going to separate them now from this point, from now till the end of the season. We're going to find out, are they going to be 10-0 again, or something different going to happen to them? But I like the character of their kids, like the way they play, I like the way they carry themselves. So all those are positive things for them.
And Coach Tim Palmer, of course, deserves a lot of credit. He won't take it. He gives credit to his assistant coaches and everyone else. But you come in and you go 10-0, and now you're 4-0 after 16-1 as a JV coach. You're doing something right.
Oh, you're doing an absolutely fantastic job. I mean, the only thing you can be is 31-1 or 31-0, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing left. And maybe we need to find a guy to beat him and shake his hand.
Exactly. Well, this Patterson Mill team was the last team that defeated Harford Tech. That's 2 seasons ago. So, again, congratulations to Harford Tech and to Patterson Mill. There are going to be better days ahead. Certainly this isn't a game that they'll be proud of, but it's one they'll learn from, Bob.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in. We've enjoyed bringing this game to you. Hope you've enjoyed watching it. Stay tuned all season long as we bring you the Harford County High School Game of the Week on the Harford Cable Network. I'm Don Morrison, my partner Bob McCone. Good night, everyone. Enjoy.